Hello everyone, it's a friend again, Samu, and guess what? I have a new friend. Meet Lucas Jr. I was going to show you Lucas Jr. when he's naked and his pictures, but you guys will probably get grossed out, so let's not do that, alright? If you do want to hear the whole story of how I injured my thumb and how it's been looking, just stay until the end of the video and I'll do some show and tell after the business is done. Oh, by the way, this is Lucas right here. My lovely rolly bag. And Lucas Jr. is named after Lucas. And if you're the one people watching this video, this is my object I will use to link it to compassion.
Sam, how are you supposed to link compassion to your broken thumb? Just stop showing up your new friend.
Alright, calm down. Allow me to explain, alright? Allow me to explain. So since I injured my thumb, I realized that there are just so many things I can't do, or at least do efficiently. I can work at the airport for a couple weeks, I can't play the piano or the guitar, I can't play War Thunder on my PC, I can't cook. Wait, I can't cook anyways. Well, I can't play my Chinese yo-yo, I can't carry heavier stuff, a lot of things I couldn't do. And you know, there are movies out there where the main character gets shot and stabbed multiple times, but we're still able to stand and fight. Then there's me, who was struggling in the bathroom trying to zip up my pants. It just made life really inconvenient. Taking a shower, for example, I had to raise my hand the whole time like the Statue of Liberty to avoid splashing water onto my thumb. And just same thing with driving, with changing clothes, everyday activities. It just got a lot harder. Alright now, I have probably complained enough that you understand that I really don't like this. Now the thing is, I never realized how important my thumb is. Sure, I know the thumb is crucial for grabbing things, but now that I actually have a problem with it, I discover so many other things that I cannot do, and the obstacles I have to face. It's like oxygen. It's only when we don't have it, when we don't have oxygen, that we finally realize how important it is. We often take things for granted. Now this made me think, if such a small thing, my thumb getting injured, can cause so much trouble in my life already, how about people with long-term health conditions? How about them? And how about people who may not have access to healthcare? How about people who are homeless and don't have a warm place to stay to take care of their bodies? How about people who were once victims of human trafficking and now trying to find a job? Just imagine the tremendous obstacles they have to get over, to overcome, along with carrying the burden of the pain and the trauma that they suffer through with them in order to have a life, what we call a decent life. All the things I have taken granted for, the bed I sleep in, the food I eat, the education I get, the support system I have, not everyone have those. And I should be thankful for them, but second, I should show compassion to those who don't have them, and still be with them, don't reject them, accept them, and still try to work out the problem with them together. So by dating Lucas Jr., I got to personally experience how people who have difficulties may feel. Compassion, suffering, right? Suffering with, from the perspective of the people, standing in people's shoes. Alright, now, obviously, when putting human trafficking, lack of health care, being homeless, with my little injured thumb, this is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. This just doesn't come close to any of those things. But let me put it this way, right? So as a Christian, we always like to say that when we worship is kind of like getting a glimpse of heaven. It's not heaven, but we're getting a glimpse of it. And from getting a glimpse of that, we are inspired and we look forward to heaven. Similarly, by getting an injured thumb, I'm giving myself a tiny glimpse of how inconvenient and painful people around us can feel. And this made me more aware of others. And I am inspired and encouraged to be more compassionate towards people with different experience from me. And as important as that, I hope that this video will do the same for you as well. Well, my thumb will heal over time. I'm taking antibiotics right now to prevent infections, and but during this time, I just have to live with it and maybe embrace it. I mean, embrace Lucas Jr. Make the most out of it. Plus, I will have another companion when I'm like lonely and don't have any friends, right? I'm so lonely, Mr. Alright, that's all I have for this video. If you want to hear the whole story and see more pictures, then stay afterwards. Otherwise, leave quickly or regret forever for the pictures you're about to see. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, learned something from it, and maybe even inspired. So don't forget, I'm your friend Samuel, and I'll see you next time. Alright, you have been warned, so let's just start easy. Let's start with the story of how I got my injured thumb, okay? So I was working at the airport, and I was trying to fix up something in the nose of our Cessnas, and then someone was in the airplane, and they just started the engine without yelling clear prop, and then I got hit by the propeller of the airplane. Just kidding. I will not be here. In fact, my hand will probably not be here at all. Like, okay. But it did happen at the airport. So what happened was that we were trying to push airplanes into the hangar at the end of the day. Trying to rearrange them using the John Deere tractor that we have. But we're pushing it in. My friend turned a little bit too sharply just on the curve, and when he stepped on the gas, it just wouldn't go. So he took it off and then tried to reposition it by repositioning the John Deere straight with the airplane instead of like trying to push it in like sideways. And so he's like, "Hey Sam, can you hold on to this for a second?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Now the plane was in a slope because going into a hangar, there's a tiny little slope that goes up, and I'll have to just hold it back. Which it's not really that hard to hold it back. It's pretty heavy, but it's not like I'm gonna get run over. So I was holding it pretty well. Now that's the first step that I should have like avoided. I should have just told him, "Man, this is just too dangerous. You should just go out, reposition it outside instead of me trying to hold the plane." But I decided I would try to hold the plane. Now, when the John Deere tractor started coming back and I was trying to put it back onto the John Deere tractor, for some reason I decided, and this is the second thing I should have done, I decided to put my hand in between the thing trying to reposition it and try to like put it on there. When I have a handle on my right hand, I could just do this, you know. But I didn't do that, so my left thumb just got caught between the John Deere tractor and our tow bar of the airplane. So essentially, I got squeezed by the tractor in the airplane. It sounds pretty bad, but it's actually not that bad. Alright, it's not that bad. It's not like I broke my whole hand. But it's still kind of like inconvenient, like I said. So here's a picture right after I got hit and I did some icing to it. And it doesn't look too bad. It's like 1/3 of the place getting covered by hematoma. Like just blood inside because there's nails and blood can get out. But as I went home, it kind of covered to the half. And the next day I woke up, my whole fingernails is black. So I was like, that's probably a good time to go see a doctor. So I went to urgent care to Unity Point, and they did a fantastic job trying to help me out. We were trying to drain the blood out, but the blood clotted already. So they couldn't drain the blood out, so I just got some prescription on antibiotics so that I don't get infections. The next couple of days, so it got a little bit worse, and like, it just got blacker, and like the black area got a little bigger around my nails, and then the most horrible thing, like, or I guess, or the worst thing is that my top of my finger kind of got elevated. Like my bottom of my finger is fine, like got a lot better, but my top of my finger got elevated, and those are all the blood and the pus inside that has accumulated from the broken capillaries, from the ruptured capillaries. And so it just started to really hurt. So Sunday morning, and by the way, I hurt my finger on Thursday morning, got to the doctor on Friday, and on Sunday morning, I went to the doctor, I went to the urgent care again, and tried to release some pressure, so they kind of like did a little anesthesia type of spray thing. It's not too strong, it's just to help a little bit, and then a little knife just poke a little hole, just a tiny little hole, and that moment when it poked a little hole, all the blood came out. All the blood that was compressed in there, and it just I mean, I know it sounds gross, but it instantly just felt so much better. I wish I got a picture, but I didn't have a picture then. But my my nail become normal, kind of like what this one is right here, instead of the other one where it's like pop out. Right now it's getting just a little bit bumpy again, and might become the accumulation of blood again, but it's not as bad as before, so I might just wait it out today, and tomorrow is Tuesday. If it's just got too bad, I might just go back to urgent care again. But I'll just see. You know, it's getting much better. It doesn't hurt as much anymore. At first it was just so painful, and I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't even like hold a cup, but now I got a lot better. So yeah, that's pretty much it with my thumb. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, I have a fracture in my distal phalanx of my pollex, meaning I have a fracture in the tip bone of my thumb, which It's pretty bad, but it's probably gonna heal up by itself. I'm still gonna get it checked about orthopedics and see if I really need a huge splint or something, but this should be fine. Or getting another small splint should be fine. Alright, so that's all for my show and tell. Hope you learned something, I guess, anatomy and physiology. But that'll be all for this video. Thank you for watching. Once again, I'm your friend Samu, and I'll see you next time.